setup right here. Man.
What we got?
We got a deadlift. We got a box jump. We got rows galore, curls galore, push-ups, presses, and some more. We're gonna do an incline press today too.
We got a beautiful floral mat, courtesy of MADExWEST.
We're doing an incline press today too, man.
Incline bench.
Also hooked us up with these right here. CFB, where you at?
Workout number 4.
Game plan.
The West Wad is back.
Thanks for helping.
Again. I did it again. Y'all don't understand the pain that we are going through for all of you.
You gotta do it.
We ain't even start yet. Ready?
You ready to go?
Then I keep dummy to my shit and loca. In the kitchen, whipping that dope up, you can smell a odor. Plug on pitching, we gon' hit it like we Sammy Sosa. Put that Bentley to the limit, you can smell a odor. Ho, Jenny do, call me Chulo when I'm pulling up in that two-door. Diamonds different color, Uno. All these hundreds on me, money made my pockets look like sumo. I got money out there, I finger pop you in your when I hit you with that, you know. Smoke a little hookah, kick it like it's judo. Let you hit the OG, since I'm 42 though. And when we get in mode, I'ma dog it like I'm Cujo. Whoa! Heard they tryna steal away, cut it out. Spicy mommy's on the way, bust it down. So my watch, she let away, I flood it out. Hey, talk to me nice, show you what these bitties about. Whoa, pipe down, throwing up shots. First we shut them down, then we open up shop. Willis is around, just in case y'all forgot. They been tryna stop the way, but the way don't stop. Uptown, baby, I was down, but they see I'm up now, baby. Head high, cause I'm holding up my crown, baby. Never told, even through the ups and downs, baby. And if I do
Last set, 5 rounds of everything. Ready? Cold out this month.
I'm ready.
Down, she came up, you know. Y'all take shots, y'all aim up, you know. Hate on low, but we fly high, you know. Talk is cheap, free Wi-Fi, whoa. Heard they tryna steal away, cut it out. Spicy mommy's on the way, bust it down. So my watch, she let away, I flood it out. Hey, talk to me nice, show you what these bitties about, whoa. Pipe down, throwing up shots. First we shut them down, then we open up shop. Willis is around, just in case y'all forgot. They been tryna stop the way, but the way don't stop.
Welcome back, everybody. You know, when you see the ironing board, you know that we're back in the house. We're back in the house.
Back in the house.
We just finished workout number 4. Team West wrote the workout. It's his turn to write it. It is a strength circuit.
With a couple of mixed variables, but it was a strength.
Before we dive in, let's talk about the weather in the Northeast.
Yo, it was like 25 degrees out there.
You could say that again.
It was like 25 degrees out there. Should I say
If
it
you
again?
want to be brave and strong, do it outside.
It is cold, man. But we didn't mind. We had to do it because we do it for y'all.
It's tough. This workout, mental. When you do it in 25-degree temperature, man, I was ready to check out after round 2.
I was ready to check out after set 2, round 1. but we had to do it because some days are like that, man. We got to push through, man. Whatever the routine is for the day, you got to settle it.
You ready to dive in?
Let's dive in.
Tell them what it's about.
So 5 rounds, 10 exercises. We started with dumbbell hammer curls, 10. Then dumbbell squats, 10. Then we went back to dumbbell rows, 10. Then we went back to deadlift with the bar, 10. Then we went back to push-ups on the Bosu ball, 20. Then a goblet squat with the dumbbell, 10. Then we went to shoulder press, 10. Then we went to box jumps.
High box jump.
10 apiece. Incline press, 10. And alternate lunges, 10. We were going to finish with another exercise, but it just got too cold, and we decided we'd come back inside. We had enough after 5 rounds in almost an hour.
We were out there over an hour. We didn't work out for an hour, but
we were out there because we had to set up and do all that stuff. Yeah. But that was a tough workout, man. I appreciate that, man. What did you think was the toughest part of that workout, man? Aside from the cold, aside from the runny nose, aside from the neighbors going, damn, y'all ain't cold?
Dogs barking at us.
Dogs barking.
The toughest thing for me was the deadlift. I couldn't even pull from the bar because when I do a deadlift, I have to warm up from like the bar with no weight and then pick my way up. So to start, I think you had 205 pounds on there.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready for it. So that was tough for me. I had to go to the dumbbells. And you know what? I think the combination of the 1-to-1 ratio from upper to lower challenged me. The curls to the squat, the row to the deadlift. It wasn't the curls or the rows, but it was the squat after, the deadlift after. I think the squat with both dumbbells and the deadlift were the two that challenged me the most. Those were the two I was like looking forward to the least for all 5 rounds. So when I'd get to those movements, I was like, you know what? I'm glad they're in the beginning. Yeah. Let me get through it. And I thought that the push-ups, and I actually thought that the incline press, and obviously those lunges, was a nice chance for me to just like mentally just get back on track.
Yeah, I like those too, man. The toughest ones for me was the deadlift. The deadlift with the bar, because the bar is so cold, and then the dumbbells were so rigid. I think we did something similar in episode 3 where like dumbbells were so rigid. It wasn't that cold though. It wasn't as cold.
It was cold.
Today.
It wasn't as cold as today though. And I mean, the video is going to make you guys think twice because it looks like it's a beautiful day. It is a beautiful day here, but you don't realize how cold it is even though the sun is out.
Yeah.
And windy. What's the best piece of advice that you would give to somebody that's going to actually take this on full throttle?
Well, if you're going to do a workout like this, you definitely want to make sure that you're warmed up at least to a point where you can manage the weight at least 5 to 7 reps. We did 10 reps. Mm-hmm. But with the way the weather was, you want to be able to be warmed up. You want to be able to manage this kind of workout. I would wear gloves.
We didn't have the gloves
today. If you're going to do this workout, you want to wear gloves. Make sure you're fully warmed up. If you're gonna, especially with the deadlift, you can bounce around if you'd like to. Because I'm telling you, at different times, going through different parts of this workout, once your hands get cold on the bars, you don't want to grab another set of dumbbells for a while. So if you're going to do, let's say, something like a deadlift and a squat, I would probably change that up with a box jump or the push-up or something because it's cold out there.
It's cold out there. And even if you're doing it inside, you could bounce around on this. I mean, we didn't do this in the specific order. Sometimes we did, but you know what? When you're just going, we were just going. So, for example, I know there was multiple times where it was like, you know what? I'm going to get this incline press out of the way. Wow. Plus, we were working together, so there might be a time where we both get to the BOSU, but there's only one BOSU. You take the BOSU, I'll go do whatever's next on the list.
Like that.
And so the good thing about what we're trying to do when it comes to writing these workouts for you guys is that you have the freedom to also make it your own. You may not have an incline press at your house. Maybe do an L-sit press, right? Something seated. You know, if you don't have a BOSU.
Or lie down on your back and press the dumbbells off the floor.
There you go.
You know,
divvy up the push-up if you don't have a BOSU. Something that's just going to give you like more of a challenging type of push-up. Any workout that we've ever posted, I think the best part is the fact that you guys can adapt it to whatever you have and make it however you want.
Exactly. I like that.
You know, and that's what we're doing, man. We're just trying to give you guys that freedom, free workouts. You're getting free advice on what to do for the workouts. If you don't have a box for the box jump, do a tuck jump.
Yeah,
maybe a burpee. There was no burpees in this workout, you know?
No burpees in this workout.
Which is fine. But if you don't have that equipment, you might want to add something like that in there.
Do a side-to-side line jump like you did last workout.
You could use stuff from previous workouts that we've done.
You know what I want to try? I want to try something different this time.
What's that?
You know, I want to try something different. Like I said, I want to know a little bit about our routines, like what we do in the daily routine.
Okay.
You know, like what we do in a daily life, what gets us through the week, what gets us through, you know, what drives us, what pushes us to do what we do.
I like that.
Because being out, like I said, I know we're talking about the cold a lot. We don't want to sound like like tape recorders, but it's cold out here. We both work, you know, various jobs. Excuse me. I do training most of the time, and he's at school most of the time doing
being a teacher.
So we have these daily routines, and daily routines I think are specific to what drive us and get us through whatever we got to get through throughout the day or the week. And I wanted to talk a little bit more about that. What do you think?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So you've told me your story a little bit about, you know, what drives you and why you get up and why you do what you do throughout the day and what gets you through the week. And I told you a little bit about what I do, but our listeners probably would like to know since the topic just came up.
What time do you wake up in the morning?
I get up at 3:45 in the morning.
Wait, what?
3:45 in the morning.
Wait, what?
Tape recorder. So I get up at 3:45 a.m.
That's early.
Monday through Saturday, believe it or not.
Wait, what?
Monday through Saturday.
Saturday 3:40.
Saturday 3:45.
Now, why?
You know what? If I'm not up that early, my day can't get started.
Okay. Even on Saturday.
Even on Saturday.
So you wake up at 3:45.
Yeah.
And what's the first thing you do?
The first thing I do is I have a Bible app on my phone. So I reach over to my phone, which is my alarm.
Okay.
And I check that scripture of the day.
And that's a different scripture every day.
That's a different scripture every day. So I check that scripture every day. And once I check that scripture, then I'm ready to get out of bed.
Okay.
So now I'm out of bed. You know, you go through the regular stuff. You brush your teeth, you shower, you do all that stuff.
Sure.
And, you know, I prepare myself, and then I go make breakfast. I take multivitamins, Equate multivitamins. They're gummies. And, you know, and I drink an Emergen-C every morning. On top of that, you know, I'll take a B12.
Okay.
And then before I leave, I always make myself a cup of coffee. Hazelnut. Thank you very much, Hazelnut. Wherever.
Whoever's making that hazelnut.
Then I've been flip-flopping back and forth from maple brown sugar oatmeal and a peanut butter sandwich.
Shouts out to Quaker.
Shouts out to Quaker. Thank you so much.
Hey, oatmeal's the best.
And that's what I do. And usually I'm out the door in between 4:45 and 5:05.
And where are you going?
I'm headed over to 5 and Dimes. Going right to F45, man.
And when you get to F45, because I know sometimes you train there.
Yeah.
Do you work out first? Do you coach first?
So, 2 days a week, I'm coaching at that time, 5:15, because our first class is 5:15. Yeah. The other 3 days, I'm working out. And then on Saturdays, we have a staff workout.
That's right.
At 5:30 in the morning, so...
You try to get there for that.
So I try to get there for that every Saturday. If I miss a Saturday, I don't know why. But that's the daily routine. A lot of things in between that we can probably get to as we go along. But
yeah. But that's your morning.
But that's my morning.
Okay.
So what about you? Tell me, what's your mornings like?
So I wake up Monday through Friday, 4:45 a.m.
Wow.
I get that extra hour. You don't.
Thank you.
I get that extra hour.
Daylight savings times. Where you at?
Ooh, man, that's gonna hit us hard too. But I wake up at 4:45. I do get right out of bed, and the first thing I do is I actually take a multivitamin that is called Immunity.
Okay.
I told you about this before.
Plus?
I don't know if it's Immunity Plus. I'll find out. We'll link all what we take in the description below. Okay. But this is just a multivitamin that has the extra immunity vitamins in it. So extra like B vitamins, C vitamins, D, a little bit of zinc, things like that. Okay. Because
and we need those. We need those throughout the day.
Especially during this time of year, the wintertime.
The wintertime when your body has to fight. Your body has to fight off all these different elements.
Yeah, and being a teacher.
A
lot of the germs that are in the gym from using the equipment, we try to wipe it down, but you never know. Like we can't afford to get sick this time of year.
Exactly, because we need to take care of. We need to take care of the people that we surround ourselves with, or surround ourselves with us.
So that's why I take the immunity. Next thing I do is I take an Advocare product that I...
Shouts out to Advocare.
They're really one of the brands that I trust more than anyone.
You know what? I trust.
And I don't get paid. I don't get commission off of them. So I'm honestly saying that I believe in the Advocare products, and I've been using them for over a year now.
Okay.
What were you gonna say?
No, I'm saying I used to take Advocare too. I played semi-professional football some years back, and I took Advocare. I took this thing called Spark.
I take Spark sometimes in the morning, or I take their pre-workout. They're kind of the same, but the pre-workout has a little bit more. So like if I'm doing a strength session, I might take the pre-workout.
Okay.
And then if I'm doing a cardio session, I'll take the Spark. So then I do my workout. Okay. Usually, and it's funny, I actually do it at 5:15, but I do it at my house because I have a little home gym.
Nice.
So I write my workout the night before, do my workout, take a shower, get dressed, get ready for school, make a cup of coffee, and then I take a probiotic for my stomach.
Okay. Why is that? You take a probiotic?
So I had a nutritionist had me take a probiotic and a digestive pill. Okay. Because about 3 years ago, I had emergency surgery on my stomach.
Oh, wow.
I had a perforated ulcer.
Wow.
And I woke up one morning and it was very hard for me to breathe. Long story short, I got rushed to the emergency room and they had to go right into surgery because I had a hole in my stomach that was enlarging. So everything that you want out of your body was going into my body.
And that's life-threatening, too.
I almost died on the table.
That's life-threatening, man.
It's very scary. It's very scary.
I don't understand why people take their health for granted. And a lot of people out there take their health for granted, don't realize like things like this can happen at any time. And you're a pretty healthy guy.
I'm a healthy guy. That's why it was a freak incident. And to be honest, the doctors, I had so many like specialty surgeons, doctors come and do these tests on me. They never found out why it happened.
Wow.
And they said like, you're a healthy guy. The one benefit though of being healthy was that the doctor said because you're such a healthy guy, you're going to recover quicker than most people would.
Because you exercise daily.
Exactly. So
it
really is important, man, because it helped me save my life. And I recovered in 2 months. Wow. Whereas most people, it could be like 5 to 6 months.
Wow.
I was back to teaching in 2 months.
Wow, congratulations, T, man. You're blessed, man.
I was blessed.
Easy,
I was very blessed.
It ain't easy, man.
It's a cliche when people say life is short. Man, you don't know how quick it could be taken away. And I experienced that, and it was scary. So they put me on all this medication when I was recovering, and I couldn't like eat anything. Like I felt, because the medication was so strong. Yeah. So I met this woman who was a client of mine that was a nutritionist that recommended a probiotic and a digestive like pill. Yeah. And now I'm not on any medication.
Wow,
look at that. And that's all I use is just like natural vitamins, and my stomach's feeling good. It'll never be the same. Yeah. But this is the best that it's felt since I've had surgery, and I'm not on any medication, so I'm thankful for that.
And that's good. I know you fast every now and then too. Like, how do you think fasting affects that? Being that you went through your body has gone through those different changes. I like to fast too, but I used to do it for a different reason. But I do realize that fasting can help you in terms of your overall health and well-being. How did fasting help you? I actually just said it, right? I just answered it, right?
Well, so this...
Given your current position, how does fasting help you to monitor your body's behavior, so to speak?
Yeah, so I do intermittent fasting 5 days a week minimum, sometimes 6, maybe on a Saturday, depending on my schedule. Wow. But so what that means is that I stop eating from 9 p.m. on. I could eat anytime up to 9 p.m., and then I can't have my next meal until I have... See, this is where you can make it your own. I started like with a 12-hour fast. Now I've done fasts up to 15 hours. So every day could be different. I don't really put a time on it. It's kind of like, all right, I have a minute. It's been long enough. Let me go get it in. So for example, maybe like a 13, 14-hour fast is when I'll eat like a big lunch or maybe a snack until lunch. But the intermittent fasting for me... The reason I do it is for my stomach. That's what led me to do this, and I've read into it. I've watched videos. It gives my digestive system a break, and it allows my body to recuperate. So during that time that I'm not eating, I'm drinking a ton of water. I could still have like a pre-workout. I could still have a cup of coffee. I could still take my vitamins without it affecting my body. But I enjoy it because I have like a little bit of mental clarity. Like I feel like my best thinking and my most productive time of the day is in the morning before I eat, because my body is just like...
Your body feels cleansed.
It's feeling good.
You're feeling energetic.
Yeah. I'm fully digested. Yeah. I just woke up, so like my body's hopefully fully rested. Yeah. And I'm just easing into the day. So I like that feeling. I like the feeling of the clarity. I like the way that my body feels. And like I said, it gives me a break to just be calm and let my body do what it naturally has to do.
See, now I like that. Like, there's a thought that just popped into my head. I want to get back to nutrition. I know a lot of we're not nutritionists. No. But I did want to ask this question. Not ask the question, but if our listeners or people watching the video could chime in on this. As you go through your day, like, what do you take? A lot of people have had health issues, and obviously people that work out usually get a better people take physicals, and people that work out usually get a better prescription from the doctor in terms of what the doctor tells them to do or how to get things done because they exercise. What about the people that don't exercise? Like, what should they be doing more in their day if they can't get a chance to exercise? Like, what do you think they should be doing in terms of like maybe vitamins, maybe like conscious thinking, maybe, I don't know.
The best piece of advice I'd give for somebody that doesn't have time to exercise, and I think that's a stretch, because I think there's 24 hours in a day. If you work 8 and you sleep 8, what are you doing with the other 8? But that's just me. But let's say you know, you can't do it. Let's say you can't do anything. The best piece of advice that I would give is take a multivitamin.
Yeah.
This way, at least you're getting most of your nutrients. Watch what you're eating. I think if you're not exercising, you really have to be conscious of your diet and what you're putting into your body, and using food as your main source of energy.
Okay.
And the next thing I would say is try to be as active as possible. So you don't necessarily have to exercise, but let's say let's say you have kids. Like, take your kids outside and do something with your kids. Or
get them off the iPhones. Yeah. Get them off the computer.
If they're an infant, go with the stroller and take a walk with your kid. If you have a dog, go take the dog for a walk. In the Northeast this time of year, if it's snowing, go out there and shovel. Like, you know, if there's not that much, you don't need the snowblower. Push the shovel. Just do family types of things. Go to a park, go to a museum, somewhere where you're going to be doing like a lot of walking, a sporting event, anything like that. I just think trying to be as active as possible, watch what you're eating, just making sure that you're drinking a lot of water. This way that you're keeping hydrated and flushing your body with anything negative inside. And then, just a multivitamin for your health. I think that's the best place to start, in my opinion. What do you think?
I agree with that, because, like, you know, just a multivitamin alone for some people, and some water.
Water's important.
Will charge up your system. Yeah. You know, a lot faster than a lot better than doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask another question, like in regards to just like not even a question. We have these things that drive us, right? Like, think about this. Like, if you hadn't gone through your ulcer, right, where would you be right now? Because you seem pretty driven to me. Like, from the day I met you, you've always been, you're on the go, but there's a system to it.
There is.
There's a structure to there's a lot of people that.
There's a mentality.
You know, there's a lot of people that look busy, but they're not really doing anything. They have no structure. There's no science. Like, I think those small things, like what we do in the morning when we get up and we have that particular routine that we do, I think that helps us along the way, and I think I think that helps you. Listeners, tell us what's going on. What do you think about that? Because I think those small things do help in a big way.
I agree completely. How to drive yourself, in my opinion, and this is something that I've done, and mind you, anything that I do, maybe anything that you do, I've learned over time through reading things, listening to other people, whether it's somebody I know or don't know. I wake up, usually before I go to bed, I know that there's something I have to do the next day. I'll put it in my phone under my notes, or I'll put it in my calendar. I have a whiteboard at my house. I'll write it on the whiteboard. I have something that I want to accomplish in that day. And I don't go to bed until it's accomplished. I don't care if I do it in the first thing in the morning. I don't care if I have to do it before I go to bed. There's been times where I've laid in bed and I'm like, I forgot to do this. And you know what I do? It could be 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. I get out of bed and I go do it. Then I go back to bed. Because I'm not going to be able to sleep until I do it.
Until it gets done.
I can't slow down. That's the way my body is. Yeah. But I think setting goals, and it could be the smallest thing. You know, for me, it was like, hey, I have Monday and Tuesday off this week. Yeah. Can we do the vlogcast? So what's one of my goals? I'm dedicating Monday and Tuesday to this. The vlogcast. And, you know, I'm not going to do anything else until we get this done and taken care of. That's a small goal that's attainable, and we were able to accomplish that goal today.
Told you it was pretty driven.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a little like that. When I was 25 years old, I said I want a house before or by the time I'm 30 years old. And I've worked for 5 years hard, hustling to do that. It's a mental. It really is mental.
You have to have it. You have to. There's something inside you that drives you. You need that spirit that every morning when you wake up, you need to have a reason to get up.
You can't feel sorry for yourself.
You can't. My reason, I get up every day wanting to just be better.
Talk about you, because you wake up at 3:45 in the morning, and I guarantee most people watching or listening to this aren't even thinking about waking up at that time. 6 days a week, nonetheless. What's your drive?
Well, I'm pretty committed to what I do. I'm pretty committed to the people that I work with. I love what I do. I love fitness overall, but there's one thing in fitness that I think captures me every morning. I get up and I like to see these people happy. Whenever I walk into the fitness center, I know that I'm home. Mm-hmm. You know, I know that if someone walks in and he or she has a frown on their face, automatically I know that I feel like I'm the one that has to charge them up. And if I can't charge them up, then what I set out to accomplish, meaning being better that day, being able to help somebody, didn't happen.
Yeah.
So if I'm up at 3:45, I read that scripture. That's step one. And
that's a good start.
Sort of. It helps.
Reading the scripture, not a bad place to start.
That's step one. So before I enter the door, I say, I do the Our Father prayer every time before I enter the door. And once I've done that, I'm at peace, and I know there's whatever I'm getting ready to do, it's gonna get done. And that's where it is.
Here's a question for you. Let's say that there's somebody, whether it's a client, it could be a family member, it could be a friend, where you see like, oh man, I could tell that they're in bad spirits today. I want to lift them up. And you're trying and it's not going. What's your drive to keep going?
My drive to keep going is that I know that...
Rather than walking away.
I know that moment's not going to last. So a lot of times I'll go to somebody and I'll say, hey, how you doing? And sometimes sometimes they'll say I'm okay. You're like, yeah, I know you're okay. Because this moment's going to pass. And sometimes you say that and people go, oh, well, thank you for saying that. Once you say thank you for saying that, I think sometimes they realize that you felt something going on, and they now know that since you said the moment's going to pass, they've taken a different outlook on what they're going through or what he or she is going through. And that's where I stand on that one.
I like that. Let us know what you guys think. What's your drive? What's your why? Hit us up. The email's right here. You see it? You see it?
It's right there. It's going past the Calvin Klein.
Bang.
Thank you, Calvin.
You can DM us by hitting us up on our Instagram right here. He is
AJWest_5.
MADE_fitness CT. We want to know what your why is. And you know what? If you do share it with us, we're going to talk about it. We're not going to drop your name. Don't worry. We'll hide your name. But this way we can share with people what everyone else's reason is for why they do what they do. Speaking of that, before we head off, we just want to remind everyone why we're doing what we're doing.
We just love what we do, man. We're two local dudes who we want you to get to know who we are. Like, I think there's an element of shyness in there. I think we both have an element of shyness, but there's something inside of us that we want to get out there. Like, we want people to see something about us that they don't know.
Yeah.
So I think this gives us that platform to do that. Growing up, I was a bit shy, but I did some things that I would always want attention. I think this is a good way to get positive attention and for us to give you positive feedback.
That's
what
the
we do.
Positive.
Positive.
Social media. This is a social element, and I just feel like there's so much negativity on social media. There's so many people and influencers that you don't know whether to trust them or not.
Yeah.
This is just two local guys giving you honest opinions. Yeah. We're giving you free workouts that we believe in because obviously we're doing it. You're seeing us do it in the film, and we're just promoting that positive vibe. Fitness makes us feel good. So we want you guys to feel good when you watch this. Do the workout, you're going to feel good. Hopefully, when we're having these lifestyle discussions about anything, you can relate. Yeah. You can connect with it, or you get ideas from it.
Yeah, and we don't have these, we don't run around. We don't have, these structured discussions like people come and people come on shows, and they have a list of things. They have a structured discussion they're going to have. Trust me, that's probably the best way to do it.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, I like doing it this way because you can spark up a conversation anywhere. Yeah. You could be sitting at a bus stop. You could be sitting in a coffee shop. You could be just walking down the street, and all of a sudden, a random conversation pops up. We're that random conversation, but we keep it positive.
And there's an ironing board in the back when we do it.
And there's an ironing board. Thank you, Timberland. Shouts out to Timberland.
But that's why we do what we do.
That's just the way it is, man.
And we love it. And you know what? It could be 5 of you guys watching. It could be 100 of you watching. It doesn't matter to us. As long as somebody is finding something out of this, it could be one person. We're happy. We're doing it because it makes us happy.
Yeah.
And you know what? We're getting healthier. We're getting better. Not only physically, but these conversations, mentally as well. I'm Made. He's West.
It's over. See you at episode 5.
March 15th.
March 15th.
Let us know what you want to see in the workouts. Let us know what you want to hear in the podcast. We'll see you back here March 15th. Peace. In here, Greece.
Let's get some pizza. You ready?
Harborview, round 3.
There we go.
We're coming.